This is Program to Kill, Politics of a Serial Murder by David McCullough. And basically, it proves that all of these serial killers here have one thing in common, or two things in common. Most of them were all in the military, and all of them were Satanists. Contrary to conventional wisdom, claims of ritual abuse are certainly not a modern phenomenon. Such claims have actually been around for quite some time, and they were given legitimacy by no less an historical figure than Sigmund Freud. Over 100 years ago, Freud recognized that ritual abuse was likely the primary cause of the psychological problems that he observed in his female patients. Author Kevin Marin noted that Freud had commented on the marked similarity between what his patients told him and the accounts of witchcraft confessions of the 16th century. In a letter to his colleague written in January 1897, Freud pondered, but why did the devil, who took possession of the poor things, invariably abuse them sexually and in a loathsome manner? Why are their confessions under torture so like the communications made by my patients in psychological treatment? Now, this is the truth right here. The witches were burned and hanged because they were practicing satanic ritual abuse. But nowadays, they got something called the satanic panic and witch hunts. They call it a witch hunt, and it make it seem like they were doing nothing wrong and that people were just acting suspicious for no reason, even though they were being accused by children that they were, sexually abusing them.
12 so-called afflicted girls contorting their bodies, having fits and complaining of prickling skin. 4 of the girls soon accused 3 local women of tormenting them. All 3 of the accused were considered outsiders in some way. On February 29th, the authorities arrested Sarah Good, a poor pregnant mother of a young daughter, Sarah Osborne, who had long been absent from church and was suing the family of one of her accusers, and Tituba, an enslaved woman in Betty Paris's home known by her first name only. Tituba denied harming the girls at first, but then she confessed to practicing witchcraft on the devil's orders and charged Good and Osborne with having forced her. Osborne and Good both maintained their innocence. Osborne died in prison, while Good's husband turned against her in court, testifying that she was a witch or would be one very quickly. Good's 4-year-old daughter was imprisoned and eventually gave testimony against her mother. Meanwhile, Good gave birth in jail. Her baby died, and she was convicted and hanged shortly thereafter. Tituba was held in custody until May and then released. These 3 victims were just the beginning. As accusations multiplied, others, like Tituba, made false confession to save themselves.